Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Dutch Doomsday and I talk in this video about the Pursuer in Dark Souls 2. Mainly his character design and the level design for the combat. Now the Pursuer, I've researched him a little bit, is a character that hunts the bearer of the curse in Dark Souls. So anybody that gets cursed with undeath gets hunted by the Pursuer. This can be viewed, well, many people speculate that his chest piece is evidence to this. You see the faces of the fallen sticking out from his chest piece. It looks really horrible, as if they're screaming. So the speculation is that whenever the Pursuer kills one of the undead would either go hollow eventually after being killed too many times, or the Pursuer would trap them inside his own armor, and them banging around is what creates these faces in their chest. That's what I personally believe, at least. The design of the character has him floating, which works really well for the combat. It makes it really smooth. It really helps, since he's early on in the game, it helps you really dodge him a lot easier. Actually, if he wasn't this floaty, if he was standing on the ground and he would make the extra steps, then reading his patterns would become slightly more obnoxious than when he's just floating. For example, the straight charge that he does straight at you. If it was done by steps, there would be a slight zigzag going on as he approaches you. There would be a camera shake because he's so massive. But since he's floaty, it's just one straight line, and then he swipes and you dodge it. It's fairly simple if you think about it that way. So the floating thing really works. It makes him also look a bit more like a wraith-like creature. It adds the speculation as to maybe the armor is empty, sort of a Full Metal Alchemist thing. It adds depth. Now, the one thing that kind of confuses me about his character design is the bird thing that he flies into. I get it, it's a big entrance and it's a big whoa when giant dude in armor gets dropped by a bird. But since he's already floating, it's like he flies, but he needs help to fly even further. I don't really buy it that much. It could also be a callback to Dark Souls 1, actually, since the original player from Dark Souls 1 got dropped in the world of Lordaeron by Raven, another bird. Maybe he's increased his size, maybe he got bigger, needed a bigger bird, got dropped in Dark Souls 2? That's just speculation. But it's a fun thing that a character allows for such speculation. That's good design. As for the level design, the combat itself is set in tight quarters with a cart and 2 ballistas, maybe 3, I might have overseen one, available to the player. And before the combat, actually, there's a good point of overview. When you haven't gone through the mist yet, there's a point at which you can see the battlefield, see the ballistas, and get an idea like, hey, maybe I can use those, as you could have seen in one of my videos a while back. It's very good to prepare the player before the combat. Now he spawns slowly, so the player can rush up and get his souls back. And since it's such a tight quarters combat, somewhere in the combat I actually got stuck on carts and stuff, so the player has to watch his back as he's running around. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today for this very short video. I'm Dutch Doomsday. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day, everyone. Play some games. See you later.